How can I help? I'm here for you. Always. Are you sure? The blade stands, and just when...
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have... All right. So
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
probably wise of you to get rid of that thing. All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious. Fine. What's on your mind?
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did.
If you're sure. Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
I'm here for you. Always. That's the spirit. Video Veritatum.
Sharp as ever.
Amigos, amigos.
Il vent.
Gander at that. Has never been so hot. Scandals, vandals, where to buy sandals. It's all here in the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. A gazette a day keeps the ignorance away.
Can't bloody believe it. No more puzzles. A travesty.
was the time I tussled with hill giants without breaking a sweat. Now, a mere werebear could swat me halfway to art.
I really wish you hadn't pulled the cat that. It feels a little... improper?
Impropriety.
Literature department. Can I help you? Psst. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence. Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate. Between us, even Master Leveroken was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. Our finest reserve includes the Tharkiot Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you? It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself, the Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra, failed, and was banished for the attempt. Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
That's it. That's what I need.
The Annals of Karsus would no doubt have much to say about the Crown's true nature. If only you could read them.
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale. They are secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm. Consider yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Karsus are best left unread. Psst. I already told you. It is locked in our vault. And with good reason. Imagine if a tome so dangerous was sold to someone with such poor comprehension. Customers like you are why I prefer the company of books. The only way to gain access to the vault is through my office. And before you ask, no, you are not allowed in there either. You certainly have. Even simple knowledge of these tomes is enough to stimulate most.
Some people have no respect for literature. Into the bin where it belongs.
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The annals of Carsus are here, waiting to be read.
There's gold in this stack somewhere. No, this was here last week. I already have 2 copies of this.
Welcome, dear patron, to the floor at the top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Leroican's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
The Night Song is a druidic staff that allows its bearer command over an army of ancient beasts. The Night Song is an ancient potion that allows its drinker to become irresistibly attractive to man and god alike. The Night Song is a priceless ruby from a realm beyond our own.
Hold very still, Nicklaw. Craig's aim is much improved, but still leaves something up to chance.
Yes, sir.
All right, Crank. Ready? Aim. We have a visitor. At ease. McClaw, you may go. I see no Night Song. Surely you wouldn't have entered my tower without the Night Song in hand? Surely you wouldn't have wasted my time? Fascinating. You've been to Shah's temple, haven't you? To the Shadowfell? Alas, I've paid for a good deal of very privileged information. Now I await the results of the generous contract I've commissioned. Up to now. Or see what happens when fools misuse my valuable time. I'm growing tired of this repartee, my friend. Let us cut to the chase. Beautiful, isn't it? Worth more than your life, too. I bought it from a Kalashite warlock. There's very little of his soul left to him. It can bind a celestial to the wearer's service with a snap of the fingers. And this can keep her in place. Forever. We shall see, won't we? Do as I say, and you will be rewarded beyond imagination. Fail, and you give up the prize to the next motivated mercenary to encounter my contract. The choice is yours, but make no mistake, I always get what I want.
If that charlatan Leroican thinks he can best Dame Aelin, he's even more clueless than I believed. We should inform her of his delusions. No doubt she'll have great fun in dispelling them.
If that wizard wants Dame Aelin so bad, I say we give him exactly what he's asked for. I'd love nothing more than to see her grind that wretch into bone dust.
We should tell Aelin that Leroican is hunting her. She has a right to know. Also, she'll want to cave his skull in, and honestly, I would...
The Night Song is an immortal being, the child of a deity.
Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you? Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aelin? Magicians and their machinations. I have had enough for an eternity. I will wring his neck until he's dead. His end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship.
I'm coming with you. I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts. All the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Lorroakan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
Lorroakan hunts powerful game. Too powerful for him, perhaps. Dame Ailyn should be informed that yet another ambitious fool...
What have we here? A magician in a tower, hiding away from the frightening world. What are you so scared of, Magus? Not the night song, surely? Why, she's nothing but a relic to be purchased and pursued.
At last. There you are, my dear.
You will address me with due deference. I am Dame Ailyn. And you are a whelp without honor, without pride, with nothing but a tower full of trinkets.
Oh, my apologies, Dame Ailyn. I meant no disrespect. I asked our mutual friend here to make an introduction, that I might get to meet the famed daughter of Selûne. Forgive me for that impudence. Perhaps our friend can bridge the gap and do what I believe they came here to do?
My steel-hearted friend speaks true. Give me one good reason, Magus, why I should not strike you down where you stand.
Dame Ailyn, I have discovered a device that would allow your immortality to be shared. It would cause you no harm, no pain of any kind. You serve your mother Selûne, I believe. She who has blessed our realm with so many gifts. Honor her by sharing yours.
You dare to threaten me with the same magic that held me in torment for 100 years! You do not seek to share my gifts. You seek to poach them.
I had hoped to appeal to your better nature. Perhaps I overestimated you. No bother. I have an arsenal of implements capable of convincing you to see reason. A pity you didn't prove a more reliable ally. You could have reaped the rewards of my good favor. I hoped you to keep an open mind, but it seems you're determined to make this as difficult as possible. I have great plans for you, Dame Ailyn. And if you will not go quietly, then you'll go kicking and screaming.
Magicians and their plans for Dame Ailyn. Predictable, sadistic, flaccid.
Myrmidons! Imperatum!
Don't linger.
No holding back.
Time to push my luck again. May the gods take you first.
my time.
Blood comes easy these days.
Battle favors the fearless.
Well, so much for peace.
This is my time.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Victor's path.
Wonder if this is worth the cost. No holding back. On the victor's path. Battle favors the fearless. Survival is all that matters.
This is hardly the time for idle banter. The annals of Carsus are here.
Hello, my dear.
breathing, despite everything.
Watch the shadows.
All right, what now?
The Firehead fool is dead. Yet as I stare upon his corpse, I feel... sadness. Why? A gripping in the chest. As though I'd lost someone. Something. Paladin's fatigue, no doubt. You were excellent in battle, as is your way. And I am proud to fight at your side. I will catch my breath, then to camp I will bring my bones. Moon Maiden be with you.
Well, hello.
Let's get going.
Welcome back, dear patron. Remember that let your knowledge determine...
Not a dicky bird. That's really quite disappointing. Vigilance. To pick up some hair ointment.
I can tell you're a discerning customer. Apologies. I'm with a customer at the moment.
The newborn zombie gazes at you hungrily, pus drooling from its slack jaw.
It must have some sort of merit if Sorcerer's Sundry stocks it, I suppose. Well, at least they seem to use the...
Literature department. Can I help you? The vault is strictly prohibited for customers. If you don't cease this foolishness, the rest of Sorcerer's Sundries will be as well. an environment of quiet reverence. Wouldn't trade it for the world. So I wouldn't. Anything I can help you with?
Can't give up now.
How can I help you? The same as I've always done. I deal in knowledge, not proprietors. Quietly getting on with things is a virtue, you know.
Gobbling party cooking. What's that doing? It must have some sort of merit if Sorcerer's Sundry stocks it, I suppose. Well, at least they seem to use the... everything of... everything. Not a title for me, I think. What's an issue of Baldur's Mouth Gazette doing in here? Why is it damp? Some people have no respect for literature. Into the bin where it belongs. Let's see. I'm sure there's gold in these stacks somewhere. No, this was here last week. I already have 2 copies of this. Is this a signed copy? Oh, by Vulturion himself. How delightful! I simply must have it. Oh, perhaps not.
Oh, wow. It might
Ever heard of a vampire called
The
Casper?
Everywhere else.
I don't think so. Why? Friend of yours?
I imagine they are. Keep a blade close. Ready or not. Into the shadows. Simple.
wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be time to leave. A valiant but You've been seen re-entering a forbidden area. Apparently it's becoming rather tiresome. You managed to talk your way.
Looking ahead. That's curious.
Watch your back. A crooked touch. Someone's a treasure trove of wicked spells.
No entry to vaults. Trespassers will be disintegrated. Master Leroican.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us. Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
Each door named after a wizard of renown. The annals must be behind Carsus's door.
A trap.
Go.
So much for a warm welcome.
Don't touch me.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us. trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us. Be careful. There are traps about.
Unlock hereby the path to the Carsus Vault. These notes are no mere diary. These are the visions of Carsus himself, designs for the crown he hoped to forge, and the new form of magic he planned to create with it. This was the crown you witnessed atop the Elder Brain. Not just any Netherese artifact, but the means of Carsus's godhood. Reunite the crown with the Dead Three's netherstones, and Carsus's design might yet be completed. you could wield the power of a god. Though Karsus could only have worn the crown for mere moments, he managed to destroy an empire, killing thousands in the process. In the hands of the dead Three's Chosen, it threatens to do much the same. You must find a way to stop them, to render the crown harmless, detonating the orb if necessary. You can save Faerun from Karsus's evil and the Absolutes in one fell swoop. Only you might not live to enjoy it.
I've got a long road ahead.
Dame Aylin has little to feel sorry about. Lorroakan would have inflicted a far worse fate on her given the chance.
I expected Nightsong to be overjoyed after killing her fair-haired fool. Instead, she just seemed tired. No, I don't think that's it. She probably just needs some time for it to sink in. I'm sure she'll be elated soon.
I'm here for you, always.
Hello, my dear.
How can I help?
Stories! Get them right here! The printing block has never been so hot. Have you seen this?
How can I help?
You're here in the Balder's mouth, is it? Set a day keeps the ignorance away! Can you spare a few coins to feed my son? He's sick and likely to die. Please? Oh, please! Stories!
An entire edition dedicated to one lord and his metal toys. Gortash has got to be paying them out sync fees.
Please, kind sir, can you spare a few coins to feed my son? Sick and
Quite ready for you. No one's stopped me yet.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Vulturion air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of Emporium's sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there? So, you have learned the truth of the enemy we face. The very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mr. asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mr. knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mistra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
I'm curious enough to make the attempt. All right. An audience with the mother of magic, it is.
Perhaps. Perhaps that should have been your mission right from the start. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mistra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
So all it took to get Mistra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it. Well, I doubt it's an apology for asking me to die on her behalf. Whatever it is. If it's important enough to send Elminster, we can be damn sure she's serious. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards. After you.
Do whatever you need to. But I shan't be paying my respects to any of the gods on show.
Please, sir. We have children. We need to be able to provide for them.
Oh, I tried them all.
Not my concern.
None of them answered.
Not like we can even turn around and leave now. Absolute Henderson, good and proper. Let's see what more here is to say.
I still have my duty. Now, step back. I know how to use this bow.
Chap, I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
I wonder if that wreck has any loose arrows on it. Though they probably wouldn't fit my bow, come to think of it.
This altar isn't dedicated to a single god, but instead acts as a conduit to many. Your god is one of many, and in this place you sense a spark of its mighty divine flame. It reads, "Show your devotion with an offering in your god's name. Blessings may follow." The gods are ready to receive your donation. The gods are ready to receive your sacrifice.
Bless them with the strength to endure, and the courage to resist. So will it be.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic, as though the weave itself were coursing beneath her stony skin.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Go on, my good man. You can't exactly deny a goddess now, can you?
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee. Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm going to have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go. Mistress forgiveness? If you want me to claim the crown of Karsus, she'll hardly be in a forgiving mood after that. I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3 dragon ante. I'll let Mistress show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
Gale of Waterdeep, you look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite weave.
You can no more control the Karsite weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, You must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
A great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw her. After all this time. Relieved. Drained. Proud of myself for summoning the courage to go to her in the first place. And, if I'm being totally honest, a bit lightheaded. As if it wasn't enough to have seen her again. She didn't exactly summon me there for small talk. The Karsite weave. Within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that? But I should have known. What right had I to go about declaring myself an archmage when I was as foolish as a common apprentice in setting such an entity loose? At least now I'm armed with the truth. And Mistra's expectations. Sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Karsus. Thank you. There aren't many I'd trust to stand beside me on such a journey. Fewer still who would do so because they believed I deserved such a chance. If I could promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down. Now, I believe we've a date with an Elder Brain to get to. Shall we?
So, Gale's hedging his bets with Mistra? I can't say I blame him. Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands just to hand it to someone else? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
This crown seems too powerful and dangerous an object for mere mortals to possess. Too dangerous even for Mistra. But I would sooner trust it with a god than with Gale.
What's on your mind? I've often asked myself the same question, and never really found a satisfactory answer. You clearly see something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be in the camp then, idling away the hours.
Divine protectors of Baldur's Gate, hear this humble plea. Share shield.
Fate spins along.
Dost thou require a new ally?
Wow. So that was Mistra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine. Hell yes.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Very well. Impossible. Thy party is full.
Far from me to judge Gale for playing coy with Mistra. But I will not be cleaning up whatever mess she makes of him for it.
Aelin left to face that wizard, Lorroakan, was it? Even after all she's been through, she thinks herself unstoppable, invincible. It all feels like recklessness to me. He can harm her, just as Ketherick did. She'll survive it, but she can suffer like any of us, and for longer. I wanted to help her, but she said she fights better when she knows I'm safe. I understand, I suppose. I feel the same about her. I'll rest a little easier if you do. You fought well against my father. I imagine a rat like Lorroakan will be nothing in comparison.
Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks.
I think things will be better now that we've talked to Shadowheart. Much time was lost, but no more. Now we can be there for our daughter. We are a small family. Smaller than I hoped for. But we are whole again. Old. I was a young woman when they seized me. Arnel and I hoped Jen would be joined by siblings. But that dream's gone now. And there's a stranger in the mirror. But I still have my teeth. That first apple was worth the wait. Now this old lady will be getting in the way in your fine camp, I'm afraid. Don't worry. I shall pull my weight and help how I can. After so long in captivity, it feels good to use my hands again.
I'm starting to feel like my old self again. And Jen,
Shadowheart, has been able to unbottle some of the feelings that Shah denied to her. A great deal of damage was done to our family, but we can still heal. My wife will need care. I wish to find somewhere quiet, close to nature, where the sun can warm us and the moon can watch over us as we sleep. And Shadowheart, too, may wish to join us, perhaps, once she's helped you put down this absolute threat. I've gleaned enough from word around this camp to know you're more than capable. You will prevail. I am. But with Seluna's guidance, I learned how to control the beast long ago. I only let it loose again when my family was threatened. Unfortunately, I was unable to stop what befell us, as neither elf nor wolf. Of course, only a fool would alienate his child over a name. Shadowheart must determine her own path. That is what the Moon Maiden teaches. Still, I am unused to it. I can only hope she forgives a slip of the tongue now and again, until I adapt. I'm sorry, but what happened in that room, that must stay within the family. Just know that we endured and are grateful for your help.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow. But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
Where am I needed? Sharp as ever.
Look where the TP.
Hey, good looking.